I got a clip, man. I'm not gonna play the clip, but what I am gonna do is make a video and take screenshots of the clip and let y'all be amazed at what the hell is going on Wednesday from Power. One of my theories is coming true. I'll leave it at that.
All
right.
So we are officially live. What's happening, my people? Everybody's in the comment buzzing. We've already got 20 people in here. I want to give a big shout out to my boy related to Allen Iverson, Eric Iverson. He came through with the streets, and I'm going to drop what he gave me for y'all on Wednesday. But while we got everybody in the building, let me just shout out support. The Wilt Strong Show. Okay, come see us. Just Sheldon, glad to have you. Sloppy Ninja, you know we love you. Ron Mitchell, Tim, my boy. The Paper Boys. ER's grandpa. Damn, the ER got a grandpa? Okay. Tressa C, Robbie Jr., and this is the usual crew. The only one we missing is Jay Moore. He'll be coming up here in a few minutes. We got Nita. My favorite Dita is back on the station. How you doing, Nita?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be back. I had a little accident this weekend. I sprained my ankle, y'all.
Oh no, man.
In the hospital.
Wow.
Did you put some ice on it, lift it up, and all that good stuff?
Yeah. They gave me crutches. I needed crutches just that first day, and a brace, and I'm doing icing and all that stuff. So I'm doing good.
Can we just say this? Nita she's got like this little relaxed glow, like she spent like the last month in a spa or something, getting massages and cucumber treatments.
Yeah, Nita, you got that glow that's not the baby glow, but it's that new skin glow going on over there.
You know?
And then we've got the legendary Moochella who hang with the fellas down there in the bottom. How you doing, my sister?
Hey y'all, what's up, Al?
Oh Lord. we already know it's gonna be a whole lot of hammers in the comment section tonight because a hammer.
When y'all saw the hammer, did y'all think about me? That's what I want to know. Did y'all think about me when y'all saw the hammer? Let me find out y'all was thinking about me when y'all saw Raq go at it with the hammer.
We saw the hammer. and then always coming back, tried and true, living legend Larry, my brother. How you feeling?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I am doing good. I've been productive today, man. I woke up and just was like, I feel like doing some work today and put in some work. So I shot like 8 videos today.
Damn, that's what's up. Yeah. Get your hustle on, bro. Get your hustle on.
Hustle too.
Yeah, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, shout out Buddy Cook, Tim Windsor, my people that came to see us. We've got 56 in the building. Can we please get 56 likes? Somebody turn down their audio. And having said that, let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off with a little clip that gonna make y'all bring out them hammers for Moochie. I got this just for you, Moochie.
I get you dressed up for me.
This is a straight cash deal.
I tell you what the deal is.
Oh man, look, Buddy thought you really thought he was to get that Peter wet, and I'm like, bro.
When you saw the hammers, though, did you say, "Oh, did you think about me?"
Mooch. When Raq was down there, I was busy thinking that Raq was faking it because we know Raq is tougher than this. So and then when she was crawling, you saw a nail gun, and then you also saw a hammer, and I was like, which one of them is she gonna use? She grabbed that hammer. She nailed them up, man. I was like, wow. And ladies and gentlemen, coming through, a real Hollywood star who's on premium TV is the big homie, J Mo in the building. What's good,
brother? Man, you make it sound good, man. Got to bring you around more often, man.
Hey, man, I'm good for something. You know?
That's what you said, because he will edit your ass out his life.
Sure will.
About to edit him in.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got Jay Moore. Y'all putting the hammers up for Moochella. Let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off. Nita, you got in here first, so I'm gonna start with you.
Okay.
Does this clip in the very beginning have any more meaning than what they gave us? It's Raq, the elevator is broke. The old lady says it ain't worked in 40 years. Is there a bigger overall narrative going on here, or is this just a standalone?
You know, I thought about that, and what I thought about is that I think that she's looking at the different women that are, you know, in need in her life. Like, not that she's in need of it, but I think she's going to come in there and make changes. She's going to go in there and, you know, do something for the community, even though she's doing that. But, you know, for the little old lady, and then I already have a sneaky suspicion about Juliana at the bodega. She's going to talk for her too. But I think it's going to humanize her and show the good things that she can contribute to the story.
Okay. Big Larry, what'd you think?
Yeah, I was looking at this, and I think she's probably going to do some things that a lot of drug dealers do. She's going to improve that building in such a way that benefits her greatly, but it's going to help the residents too. And so the residents are going to appreciate it. So like, she's probably going to get that elevator fixed, and, you know, and it's going to be appreciated. They're going to say she did it. And, you know, but really what it's going to be is because she don't want to walk up and down those stairs in her Jimmy Choos, you know?
And she got to do something to keep that six-pack walking in them stilettos. She got to do something.
I didn't realize she was pigeon-toed, though. I saw her standing there. I was like, is she a little pigeon-toed? You know?
I don't know, man. She could have just been resting like that, man. You know, that pocketbook probably got her hammers in it. It's probably a little heavy. So, I mean, that's why her leg twisted a little bit. My homie Moochella, jump on in there. Am I thinking too granularly when I say I thought this might have a greater meaning, or what'd you think?
I think it has a greater meaning. I think she is gonna make sure that that is dealt with, that elevator.
Okay.
Because not only that, you know, I just feel like she has other avenues that she could go to where, you know, our people don't write letters sometimes.
Right.
So sometimes all it takes is a letter to write a letter and they'll get it done.
Right. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, my big homie J Mo, who showed me a good time in Chicago. He showed me the good time because what he did, he kept me the hell away from the Chicago Bears. J Mo, jump on in there.
Justin Fields was scary. I know Justin Fields is scary, especially for everybody's opposing defenses. Yeah, yeah. I had to keep you away, man. You ain't seen nothing like that in Florida just yet, man. And you are a Dolphins fan, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you ain't ready. Just stay away from Justin Fields. But anyway, at first when I saw that scene, I thought it was going to be something, but I think it's really a standalone, man. I don't think it is going to mean anything. Just a little introduction. She see the type of people. I think it's more for us. So we see it's kind of old ladies, and although the elevator don't work, old ladies are still safe to walk around in there. And by the time she done with it, it's gonna probably be the car that somebody been robbed and killed this old lady. That's what I think.
You know what? That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't. And you see, there's no graffiti on the walls and no Negroes hanging around pissing in the damn projects. All the projects in Chicago I've been, boy, you smell it before you get in there. I'm telling you, boy, it smells like a porta potty. I'm telling you.
I never understood that.
Yeah,
because they don't give a damn. You know,
why
people that don't care about.
Though I never understood that.
What I realize is, in my experience, people that don't pay for where they live don't have pride and ownership. So they don't care. It's like, well, forget the hell with this place. It don't have this. It don't have that. I don't care about it. And it's just a place to them. They don't have pride or ownership. You cutting the grass. You paid your hard-earned money. You ain't gonna just pee on your porch, you know. But you know, that's the perspective that I've come across whenever I had to go to the projects for different reasons. So. That looked like a nice one right there. I doubt it stay that way when Raq come in and turn it into the Carter.
Well,
yeah, I feel like that's not even a project at that point. That's a
it, but
government subsidized housing unit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go downhill. I doubt she's gonna start selling crack and then get it better. That normally is the opposite.
Let me shout out these super chats we got coming through. We got Buzz 703 consistently with that 703. And then we got my boy Eric Iverson, who's got something special for y'all. Let me give y'all a shared video. B. Avery, he put me on to this one, so I just remixed it for him. Get ready.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, baby, let me tell you something. If a whore ain't paying y'all bills, that's the last thing y'all should be worried about.
I knew J Mo was gonna do. I knew if anybody was gonna be up, I knew I was gonna get J Mo with that one. I appreciate y'all.
He looked like King on Work in Progress episode 4. It looked like they buddies.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Big Larry, it's your turn, my brother. I'm gonna come your way. As we start getting on into this episode, Raq pulls up on this dude. And if you haven't watched my review that I did about this, I went in on individuals who are in positions like this brother. I went in on it. I'm not going to put it up here. Go watch my review. But he thought he was going to be able to strong arm Raq. And in this particular scene, Larry, he did. He pushed her around a little bit to get her to come to his crib. What was you thinking initially when you saw this scene? Well, he thought he was going to be the big bad wolf to little Raq.
I mean, what was this nigga thinking? I mean, you thought you were going to get up in there and rape a drug? You asked around and found out who she was, and you thought, I think I'll rape her. I mean, on what planet? I mean, that doesn't even make any logical sense. I mean, even if you actually did it, you're not going to live through the end of the day. I mean, it doesn't make a single lick of sense. I mean, to me, that part of the story right there was just dumb to me. It would have made far more sense if if dude would have been like, I asked around about you, I apologize, fix whatever you want to fix, and just broke out. And then, she could have humiliated him and emasculated him on the way out the door or something. But for him to all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, I'm about to just take it because you're a drug dealer and you're still a woman. I'm like, are you crazy? If you meet a woman who's a drug dealer back then, she's 10 times harder than any of the dudes around her. So why would you want to test her? I mean, it's just not worth it. I mean, if I'm rolling around, if I go to some place where there's a bunch of gangsters and I see some little dude that's like 5 feet tall running the joint, I'm like, this dude is too bad of a man to be messed with. I'm not bothering him. I mean, when you see a little person or a woman running shit, they're crazy. It doesn't even make sense to me. That dude deserved everything he got. But what I really want to talk about is Marvin's carpentry skills and why he's not a contractor.
Man,
Marvila.
Man, when we get to him,
house.
Lord, Marvin. I'm gonna need Marvin to step his brain gains up a little better than that, man. But Moochie,
I hope he put some lie in there. We'll get there.
Larry, he put nothing in there, man.
That place is gonna stink.
What the hell?
Could have put a Ziploc bag on his head too.
I mean, he could at least put some ice on him so it would take a little longer for the body to decay. Damn, Marvin, boy. Lord have mercy. But Moochie, jump on in there. What was you thinking when Homeboy thought he was going to get the cookies and, he knew all the information about Raq? He should have took her money and shut the hell up. She didn't let him get one good feel of her thigh, and he should have been happy with that. But tell us what you think as a woman.
I think with this whole scene, she played coy in the beginning. And like, I'm a single mother. So he thought she was going to be a pushover. And he met the single mother in the morning and he met the gangster in the evening. Okay? And as far as Marvin with the body being in the wall, since y'all touched on it, the rats is eating that. She said, let that be let him be their last meal.
She did say that.
The rats is eating that.
I took that as cut him up. I said
that's what I took it as too.
I was like, he don't even understand the code. Like I'm like,
Chop up the parts, man.
What is wrong with you?
Well, that's the difference between her telling him what to do and telling Lulu what to do. Lulu would have carried it out better.
You got that right.
Right.
Oh, no, here look, man. I'm hitting your mute button, Moochie. When we start talking about Lulu, we don't want to hear what you got to say because all you got to say about Lulu. Oh, J-Mo, jump on in there, man. What was up, man? Look, homeboy thought he was gonna take the you know what. And he wound up getting a hammer to the forehead. Break him down, Jay.
I mean, when he got that hammer to the forehead, he turned into Scully. Because, I mean, that Scully was cracked. Straight scrambled his egg. I mean, like, what an idiot. I mean, if he would have tried that before he asked around, that would have made a little more sense.
Yeah.
But after asking around, like, you know better. You know, he was almost successful, though, which is crazy because... he got the drop on her. She wasn't expecting him to do that. But she did try to, like what Moochie say, play coy and say, I'm a single mother, this and that. She put on a little sexy red dress and thought I could throw him some money and, flirt a little bit. And he gonna shut up and let it slide. But, maybe she had the dress on because she planned on giving him the money and then going to the party afterwards, too.
Okay, right. Because I wanted to know that too. Because I'm thinking to myself, this dude is a dirtbag. Why show up to his house looking sexy as
right?
Why not show up by yourself? Why not just
if you don't act right? That's why.
Right.
Why not show up by yourself? Why not just have one of your dudes standing right outside the door?
Was gonna come with her though. I thought Marvin was gonna actually come with her.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude should have been standing right outside the door. And she could have went in there by herself. And as soon as dudes start acting up, Marvin or somebody could just step through the door and she could have just walked out and said, look, I tried to pay you. I tried to help you out the right way. You want to go the hard way, so take the hard way. You know?
Yeah, I mean, they don't need to keep your word to him. Who the hell is he?
You're up there. The dude's up there basically trying to coerce you into having sex. I mean, really, there's a power dynamic there. So technically, under the law, that's rape. So the dude's trying to rape you. There's no need to be honorable in that situation at all.
Yeah, he take advantage of all the women in the projects, man.
Probably.
He probably was screwing that lady that showed up and told Raq that the elevator ain't where he probably done got a piece of them drawers back in the day.
Oh, God.
Broke her hip.
I hope not.
Broke her hip.
Yep. Now, Nita, here's the issue I got, and I'm going to pass you the issue since you're the last one to speak on this. So you done took care of Officer Inspector number 1. But doesn't this pose a problem that whoever comes in to be the new inspector could be a problem for them at this point?
True. But they both were they could possibly both be problems. What the real problem is going to be is I just don't see how this is just not going to look good, because that's the first thing the inspector is doing is going and inspecting the apartments. And so they're going to be back into the same position, and then all of a sudden somebody went missing. So
that's what I'm saying.
Another layer, it's just like,
yeah, it depends on if he told somebody he was meeting with her.
He ain't tell nobody nothing. I can tell you. I can coolly believe.
They concerned he just disappeared one night after he finished working.
But the problem is going to be the new. The problem is going to be the new inspector. What a landlord bought.
Mr. Bookman heard him talk and say that though. Remember, Mr. Bookman was standing there.
He ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, he ain't saying nothing.
He's scared anyway. I told you it was coming. You can't do all of that.
Gotta move that body for real.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really made me clutch my pearls. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. It was one of those things. I was just like, oh no.
But when she hit him in that head, I was like, yeah.
Instead of streets need a body, the wall got a body.
The wall got a body. No concrete, no nothing. The wall got a body.
Wall got a body.
Yeah,
there you
man. Go. Wow.
That was kind of a dope little song, though. They had a nice song.
Yo, as a matter of fact, we're gonna be all over on this review. We're gonna talk about that next, because I want to get on that. But let me shout out Sally Ann for the nice super chat. I appreciate you, my lady.
Sally Ann.
And coming through with the 1999, boy, like I feel like this is 1988. You call 1-800 and everything was 1999. Let me give you something special for that. Okay, since we're in New York, we'll go with this one.
First it was the Benzo, now I'm in the Enzo. Ferrari, I'm sorry, I keep blowing up. They call me the cake man, the strawberry shake man. I get it.
Yep, appreciate you, my lady.
On the side note, you see he gonna be in the new Expendables.
I saw that, man. I thought about making a video about it. Yep, it's gonna be him. I think Rihanna is in it. It was a whole list of people that's gonna be in it.
You know he got to put everybody that's been in a movie before in it.
Yeah, man. He's gonna do his thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I was going to jump, but I'll save that for later. Let's go ahead and get back to this part. So, because this is not really anything meaningful, but I want to know, and I'm with you, Moochie. Your boy comes and runs up on his doctor. Now, as a doctor, when your patient run up on you like this, you should be thinking red flag. But hey, she went with it. He's basically talking about he has a possible love child somewhere lingering around, and could it work if he was to get his bone marrow? Moochie, the first thing I said was, Kanan is 15 years old, so he can't legally sign for that on his own. He's going to have the parent do it. And then if the parent wants him to get it done, Kanan's got to secondly want to do it himself. So what kind of quagmire or clusterfuck are we involved in with this, Moochie?
I feel like he's gonna do something. And not for nothing, we talked about this last night on Jay's channel. I feel like Kanan gonna get jammed up, and he's gonna help him, and that's how he's gonna get what he wants out of the deal.
Okay, I feel you on that. Wow. Let me shout out ER Grandpa. I'm sorry I picked on your name. I just never heard of an ER having a granddaddy. What is that?
That's where they all are at the ER eventually.
Damn, God,
I don't know. Maybe he's just an old doctor.
We all gonna die one day.
He might be an old doctor.
No, ER is his grandson name. I mean, ER is grandpa.
Yeah, see,
okay.
and then the S.
I had to think for a second. I thought you was the granddaddy of the ER, man.
Right. Appreciate you, ER. Raq got the hammer. Streets need a body, and we got a video for you. Here we go.
The streets need it, but the wall got it.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm Mr. Burnett. I'm Reggie.
What you doing here?
I came to take out Megan.
What?
I came to take out Megan.
How old are you?
I'm 15, Mr. Burnett.
Motherfucker, you look 30. What you want, nigga?
I'm here to take his daughter out.
What's your name?
Reggie.
What's your name? Well, no, y'all heard the motherfucker say your name, Reggie. You taking Megan out?
Yes,
how old is you?
15.
Shit, nigga, you at least 30.
I appreciate you, ER's grandpa. Give that ER a little bit of love for me. I'm J-Mo. I'm on you, man.
Speaking of ER, man, we about to watch Kay's Anatomy. They're gonna have to get a donation to marrow.
You got that right.
The Gray's Anatomy, Kay's Anatomy. They're gonna have to dice them up, see if they can get a little, life juice up out of them. Say Barry Bonds.
So do you actually think, J-Mo, that Kanan gonna give up that bone marrow?
Heck no. The only way is I think if he about to go to jail or something, like what we were saying with Moochie, it's gotta be some type of blackmail, or I owe you a favor or something. Otherwise, and he's 15, they're not about to give up that life juice for nothing, man, dude. And then he don't even know that's his father. He met him one time, and all of a sudden he gonna save his life. Raq didn't even tell him that was his son, let alone she gonna save his life. So it ain't about to be a spinoff of Kay's Anatomy. It's over, man. Dude is a dead man walking. He the walking dead. That's what it's gonna be. He the walking dead.
Marvin. I mean, Malcolm about to die. Nita, is they gonna really let Malcolm die in this season or the next one?
I had said it in my review. I said, why would you cast someone like Omar Epps just to give him a death sentence? It just didn't seem right, So I'm thinking hooker come crook, he gonna get it some kind of way. That's not hooker crook, blackmail. Yeah, blackmail.
Okay.
Because I think what's happening is that I don't want to go too far, but it's in a prediction around the situation at the showcase, the lyrics, the putting everything together. So
he need a body too.
That's what I'm thinking.
Full of marrow.
Hey, yo, let's just go ahead and start right there because we got to get this.
Got a blackmail.
We got to get this off the chest. I'm gonna start. This one's gonna start with you, J Mo.
Hey, Lamont.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I just say I generally let you do the I told you so's for everyone else because I know that you point those out when other people. But I just have to say I called this like the second episode or something. I called this early on, and people just ate me up saying I was crazy. That was a ridiculous theory that it was never going to happen. And then
that was his father?
Yeah, the dude was his father and was trying to get his marrow. I was like, that's what's going to happen. People said, oh, Larry's on that shit again. Here we go. And that's what exactly happened.
Well,
I remember you saying it was his father, though.
I can't quite put Larry in the category of a dead clock is right twice a day. Because he's right, he's been right way more than that. But that was a stab in the dark, and the man got it right. Y'all got to give him his cookies. Whatever he wants, y'all got to give it to him. Cake, cookies, whatever. But J Mo, I'm gonna come to you now, my man. Let's talk about that. The lyrics to the rap song "The Streets Need a Body." If you listen to them lyrics, he told you basically the whole story of Power. Break that down for me, my brother.
Yeah, he gonna need a new song to start singing pretty soon. He gonna be singing the blues because Kanan was cheering him on, and then his mouth just dropped and was ready to beat his ass. Like, dude, you dry snitching. Even he saw Kanan and knew he didn't went too far. Now,
that's Kanan right there dropping his lip right there. Right. He was like, "What the hell?"
Like, I can't believe this.
And what make it so bad is he was there and could have participated but chose not to. But now you want to rap about it and capitalize off that life you was too scared to live.
Exactly. He didn't have a gun. Remember, he didn't want to. He was like, "I don't have a gun. I'm gonna wait around the corner."
Yeah, you still could have came over there and did something. You was scared to come. If he had a gun, he wouldn't have came.
All he did was yell the cops was coming.
Right. He didn't want to go with him to sell the drugs, but he needed drugs in his hand too. Didn't want to stand there. He wanted to say, "You got this," and then go do that and rap. He don't want to participate in nothing, but now he over here talking about he living his life and rapping about it. But
I mean, his body's all over the place. So he's got a career. He can make a whole album out of bodies, like you said, bodies in the wall, bodies in the lake. Bodies in the pond, bodies on the street. There's bodies everywhere.
Ain't gonna tell him no more info though.
Yeah, I think that's that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's messed up that the rap game you gotta be like telling real stuff. Like Sylvester Stallone ain't killed nobody, but he can make all these expendable movies all day long. Like he know all these moves and stuff and blowing people up and stuff. And but the rap game, you really needed to do this stuff. Like that's crazy.
You shouldn't need to. It's entertainment. Exactly. I don't want to know that you're telling real stories of murdering people. I just want to be entertained.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nita, how did you feel about Streets Need a Body?
Wankster.
I was just mad. I mean, the song was fire.
Hold on, somebody turned down their YouTube. We got an echo, bad echo.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't even have YouTube up.
You good now, I think.
I did hear echo though.
I have my stuff on mute.
Okay.
But yeah, the song was fire, y'all. Like I really dug the song. But like you said, a full-on confession in the lyrics. And if either one of those detectives, like Detective Howard, like I think we're going to go down this rabbit hole of this blackmail type going on, connect Kanan to any of this stuff, because remember, he been leaving his DNA all over the place at the police station. We got the blood sample on the napkin at the trap house. He threw up.
Yeah.
So if you really want to,
and now he done gave Davina some DNA.
He gave him some DNA, and he gave us some DNA.
But he had a condom one.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think he took that condom and threw it away at his house?
Hell no.
I don't know no man that do
that. Oh goodness.
Larry, Your thoughts on it, man? Streets need a body, brother, and this is we looking at the body the streets gonna get.
Nah, I mean, I like the fact that he did that. I think it's, it's one of those things. He was rapping what he saw. He's not necessarily rapping what he knows. He's rapping what he saw. I mean, he wasn't living that life.
Heard about. He ain't see shit as far as the stash house.
Okay, well, didn't get the stash out, but I mean, that he's just doing what he's doing, what he's rapping, what he's hearing about. So, I mean, I like it. I mean,
doing too much talking around him, to be honest. Maybe, but I mean, one thing is when you put it in a song like that, it all becomes make believe, and then it's not so real. Like somebody could say, "Oh, he's telling everything," but you could just say, "No, I'm just making stuff up. I'm just singing about stuff that that happens, that could happen. I'm not talking about stuff that really did happen." I mean, you could just say it's make believe. No one's gonna believe. It's like if you're writing a book, or no one's gonna necessarily believe it if you have some crazy stories in a book. It's a book, or a movie. So I don't know, man. I like Famous. I hope he keeps doing his doggone thing. His lyrics were fire. Maybe he has to come up with something else. But it's hard when you're 15 years old. You haven't really lived a whole lot. So you have to take other people's stories and tell them because you don't have your own stories yet.
That sounds like copyright infringement to me, what you just said. Yeah. Well, that sounds like Moochella, jump in there.
It might be some appropriate. It might be some gangster culture appropriation, but
Yeah. Moochie, jump on in there, man. This is your boy, Famous boy.
With him, he changed. That's not the same rhyme that he had in the studio.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was something totally different, and I think Crown Camacho put him up to that.
Right.
Yeah.
When Crown Camacho was saying, "You talking about stuff that's like not even real," and then I think that's what planted the seed in his head to write that.
Okay. Let me shout out. I just had another super chatter a couple of seconds ago. Brillo Beverly, Famous Bars, fire, enjoying. I appreciate that, and of course, I got a video for you to say thank you. Let me get you a little bit.
Brillo, what's good, man?
Yeah, I appreciate
What's
Brillo.
up, Brillo?
Hey, little girl, you're so cute. Is your mommy home?
Bitch, I am my own mommy, the fuck? Bitch, you just hired me, the fuck you got going on? Your ugly ass milk trying to poison me and shit. I don't know where the fuck you got that milk from. Definitely ain't I no fucking cow.
I appreciate you, Mama. Let's see them get the milk crate challenge going with the milk crates he was holding. Let's see that.
Every time I see that woman, I just want a 10-year-old to walk up and kick her in the shin.
Well, she's probably so frustrated. That's probably already been happening. That's why she's so mad in the first place. But since Moochie done brought it up, Larry, I'm on you now. Moochie talked about
let me just say one thing right quick. About Kanan. And the streets need a body, and Kay needed some booty. So it looked like everything worked out.
Hey, man. Hey, he did it for us. We got another super chat, people. Man, y'all coming through tonight. I have a feeling one of the brothers will turn against Raq. Be wary of who you turn into. The wolf. Wow. The wolf. And let me get you a video because that's some pretty deep stuff right there. You dropping bars, so I'm gonna drop something for you. I'm gonna drop a wolf.
Not want a pet because they're spiky.
Oh my god.
Now.
I just wish that chair would have failed a little faster. I'm sorry, I'm cynical like that. but anyway, Big Larry, Crown Camacho, we just got finished talking about him. Let me just break down what he did that I thought had a bigger narrative. So he's in there lacing his weed with a little bit of crack. And guess who he offers it to? Oh, White Nick. And boy, she inhaled that bitch like Saint Nick. Larry, break it down for me.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was like crack he put in there, or if it was just cocaine, but it was definitely cocaine of some variation. But I was really surprised that that Famous's sister actually let her get it because she was just a second ago, she was so protective about telling the other dude to leave her alone and was looking out for her, talking about that, we're all family. And then she lets her smoke drugs. I'm like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, how do you flip that switch that quick? I just, yeah, I don't know, man. I was just like, that to me, I was like, so it's okay to smoke drugs and become a crackhead, but it's not cool, you know, some dude's trying to holler at her. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I hope she doesn't get turned out. I mean,
that primo.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't get turned out running around smoking stuff because, you know, Juke loves her and she's gonna be with her, but Juke is also not gonna put up with all that crazy. If the girl turns into a daggone junkie, she's just gonna be like, "Yo, you gotta be out." So.
Okay, Moochie, what'd you think?
With
Crack
this,
is whack.
I think. I think this is gonna be like the beginning of a bad journey for her. The beginning of a bad journey for her, and it could really turn ugly. Remember, the cops saw that she's not from that area. So I'm going where he's gonna if she gets strung out, it's gonna be a bad look.
Oh Lord!
And didn't I tell y'all she was gonna take that E train?
You said it. You said it. Moose said it. Moose said it. Moose said she was not going to take the midnight train to Georgia, but she was going to take that E train, and damn, she took it. J-Mo, I'm going to swing to you, but I'm going to tell the people, if you haven't watched my trailer breakdown for episode 7, I went in depth about my theory in terms of Jukebox, Nicole, and Detective Burke. It's a pretty good hot take. I would encourage you to go watch it tonight. J-Mo, what you think about old white Nick? Because she already done got the chocolate. And what Moochie say, once you go black,
once you dip into the chocolate, she could not be able to resist. That's what it was.
And now J-Mo, she also done went and smoked on that white girl too. What the hell, brother?
Man, that was white on white crime right there.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
I thought y'all say she take the E train, but actually she ain't taking no train. She got beamed up. She got beamed up to Scotty up in this piece right here. She on the
ain't lying, y'all.
She above the clouds, cloud 9, boy. Like she floating. When she hit that, she was like,
yeah.
Man. I mean. Look, if you could ever get an Oscar or some kind of a TV show award for the way you look after you got your first hit, she embodied that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I thought she was gonna be like old boy in Harlem Nights, like, I ain't never coming home again. Like straight up, boy, that made her feel too good. I ain't never going home again. I just want to be here, just like this.
Wow. Nita the Diva, jump on in there, man. Last one on deck.
Yeah, she really felt that. I was like, oh no. And I think it was cocaine because of the way he was sprinkling it in.
Yeah, it was coke.
Yeah, and hopefully because cocaine isn't as addictive as crack, that maybe somehow she might just let that be a one-time thing and we just stop there. But I'm afraid that that's not the case.
I saw the crack vial. I saw when he opened the vial and did like that with it. So I don't know what y'all saw.
He sprinkled it in there. If it was crack,
yeah, but it was a red top.
Oh, it was like raw.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was
That's
a red
what
top.
I saw.
It was a red top.
Ooh.
So that sounded like crack.
That was crack. And the only reason I'm going to confirm,
we only saw him buying powder from Lulu, so all show. So all of a sudden he upgraded.
Yeah. Look, I downgraded. I'm just saying that's what I
he upgraded and addictive.
Look, his money ain't right, so you gotta change your money ain't right. You don't buy top shelf liquor, right?
Yep.
You go down a bit, right?
Yeah, that's why he ain't got no money. I'm like, he broke.
Look, if Lulu paying for everything, he's probably paying for crack now. Like,
I do have to say, I have to give dude his props for getting all of his back bills paid because dude's free and clear now. He got his electric paid. He got all his lighting stuff paid. Everybody that he owed money to, Lulu paid him off. Dude can go back and start working again.
So, this is a good point he's mentioning, Moochie, and I'm on you. What the hell is up with Lulu paying everybody bills? And before I let you answer, we've got 272 people watching this live stream. Can we please get 272 likes? Right now, I've only got 200 likes. I need to get the rest of them likes, my people, so the people know that we putting out good content, we bringing good entertainment.
Hey,
so
can we get
Moochie,
200 in super chats for Lamont?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You know,
Moochie,
Yes.
Raq was in here chastising this brother because he's just paying bills left and right. They money, family money. And do you see that this could be a bad pattern for Lulu? This is your boy. So I had to ask you a question on your boy.
I feel like he's baiting Crown Camacho in. Because once he paid for everything, he could own it. He gonna run. He could run it, especially if he gets strung out.
Oh,
if he gets strung out, he just gonna be the face of the business. He gonna be the square. He gonna be the square, and they gonna push it through there. Look, I'm talking too much, but anyway.
No, Moochie, keep talking. Shoot, I like that. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So you feel like he's intentionally trying to get your boy strung out.
Yeah.
He owed him some favors.
Imagine if he gets strung out. Lulu gonna run it. He already know how to work this stuff in the he got an engineer already. The white boy's the engineer. They could push him out slowly, or he could just be the person on paper for that business.
Right.
Okay.
Especially if he's not getting in trouble.
Damn. All right.
This was his way to enter.
Yeah.
And get
He could run that. That's gonna be another way of his. That's gonna be a legal income.
Yep.
Okay. J Mo, can you see this being a viable, sustainable business and income for Lulu?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I was saying on my channel, like, all he need is this right here. Because so some people are looking at it as he paying all the money, but say just to make it for easy math purposes, not that this is accurate, but let's say all of that cost him $1,000. But then say he get all the money at the door and he get half of the bar and is making his name out there. And then if streets need a body, get on the radio, this, that. So say just off the door and the bar, he make $3,000. Well, he made, his money back and some. And then if he get it on the radio and stuff, then that could be a single. Then people be like, oh man, I want to go get my stuff produced by Lulu and them and that. And now he legit. He got the money. He got the name. He can always get rid of Crown and hire another hot producer because they going to want to work with him because they know they stuff going to, be successful, get played on the radio, whatever the case. He can make it work. I mean, I don't necessarily say Jay-Z is telling 100% the truth, but he was on the streets from allegedly what is said, and he legitimized the street money into, the music business. So Master P, a lot of people, have done that. And once you get going, you got the money, you can hire the hot producers. You can pay somebody to write the rhymes, or you could just be in the background like Suge Knight, for example, and just have all the people doing whatever, and you reap the biggest piece of the pie when they come in.
Right.
You get the big piece of chicken at the dinner table. That's all,
Damn, J Mo ready to push the granddaddy from the table because that's usually who get the big piece of chicken, the granddaddy. J Mo said, "Get your ass up off this table, brother."
All right, we got granddad in the ER, so it's an empty spot.
Wow. Nita, what you think? Now, I'm feeling where they're going because if they can get this the way J Mo just painted a beautiful picture, that Raq could wash her money through the events they do because you take cash at the door back in these days. You have these events around the studio, you take cash. This would be a legitimate way to wash the money. My issue is he going to be able to get out of this? The streets don't want to let him go. Do you think he can turn this into a legal gig?
I don't know. I really got a problem. I don't think Raq is going to let him go. But I think this is a good thing. It's a good look. I wish they further explore the club option as well, because they definitely, you need multiple streams of income. So why not? I just think Raq hesitancy is because she just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? But once Lulu start proving and showing her, and maybe she'll, come around to it. A lot of times people say no because they're like, I don't know. But what gave me some hope is that she was like, I'm proud of you. You really did your thing. And so, I'm on the fence with it. But I don't think he's gonna have both feet in both worlds. I don't see him kind of, that's her right hand. I don't know.
Let me say one thing. I saw a comment. Somebody say that won't be enough to watch all that money. That's where you're wrong, because you just make it seem on paper that every night was a packed night. Above and beyond what it was. I mean, Ghost, that's why he had a club, because that's a cash business. And so you could say every night you got the hottest club in town, even though some nights you could have been empty or not even open. But on paper, according to the tax man, right, every night's a hit.
Exactly. Right. And you can charge as much as you want. You can charge people $20 for a little shot of bottom shelf liquor, and no one's gonna say anything about it.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
It's on you,
can say you got bottles that you selling that you ain't even selling.
Yeah. I can see this becoming a thing. I mean, we've seen themes in the show, in the Power universe, about clubs and whatnot. We already know that they were trying to be in the club during the first episode, and that sort of went sideways. So it makes perfect sense that they would find another spot that would give them that same sort of outlet. And I could see this being that for them. So whether it be a place to deal or a place to clean, whatever. I think it's I could see Lulu wanting to get in on this. And as far as the studio, I think soon as Raq sort of catches it, like soon as it clicks with her, like, okay, yeah, I see it, she's gonna be full board towards it, and it's probably gonna cause some problems, because I think Lulu's gonna want to sort of do this on the up and up, and she's gonna want to turn it into just another facet of the business.
Okay.
So
appreciate
and I just
that.
want to add one thing real quick. I see some people, and I get it, everybody ain't in the street life. Not that I'm, Nino Brown or nothing, but I have lived a couple lives. Anyway, Al Capone did not go to jail because he got caught doing crime. He went to jail for tax evasion.
Yeah, because they couldn't get him on anything.
You can't have money and cars and houses with no job.
Exactly.
So somebody said, why do they need to watch the money? How are you going to say you afford all this lifestyle and do this? Like, that's automatic going to jail. So, and some people say, well, they don't agree. That's enough. Right. You could say the club is open 7 days when it's not. You could say you're selling drinks in bottles that you're not. You could say you're charging prices that you're not. You're not buying the inventory. You know what I mean? So it's all kind of different stuff. Right. Cash business is always the best way to watch, drug money, because it's harder to track.
Now, unfortunately, I hate to, y'all don't think that I've done nothing crazy, but I used to be a cab driver during the early 2000s. That was all cash business. And I'm not going to tell y'all the gory details, but let me just say this. If your ass ever get caught the way Al Capone did, the way J-Mo just explained, not only do they get you for tax evasion, but when they confiscate your drugs and your vehicles and your assets, they then in turn tax you on that stuff because you didn't pay taxes on it, even though the shit was ill-gotten gains.
Yep.
I can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen.
And they seize your bank accounts. And
I was just gonna say that too. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
that is why some people hate the government. I'll leave it at that. Now
pay your taxes.
Pay your taxes, man. If you want to do crooked stuff, you got to at very least pay your taxes.
Right.
And I'm coming to.
As long as Uncle Sam get a cut, he good.
He good most of the time. Yeah, most of the time.
Right. Like somebody say, you got to make sure your books match, though.
Yes, definitely. J-Mo, coming to you on this one. Lulu pulls a surprise, rolls up the unique spot, and thought he was going to get a favor that we know didn't work out well. Do you think that from this conversation he's gotten favors from Unique in the past, J-Mo? Floor is yours.
I don't think he has, but I think that they've been friends and cordial enough. He felt comfortable enough to come in there and talk to him. So I figure he thought, hey, we've been good enough all this time that if we need to talk, we can talk. Hey, if he need a favor, he should be able to talk. I mean, we saw all the first couple episodes that Unique and Raq didn't have problems trying to come to a little parlay and talk. So he probably figured, hey, maybe you ain't needed a favor, but maybe one day you will. And since we don't have a problem with talking, come holler at me and we can make it work. And I think he actually created the problem by going there. If he didn't even go there and left it alone, Unique probably wouldn't even have came because he didn't know Lulu was behind all of that. But then he was like, kind of like the audacity of him. Like he said, what's real? Is this right here real, or is the beef and the war outside real, or is it a little of both? And so he decided to make it clear which one was real. The war is what's real, you know. And so you know, that was a mistake on and Raq kind of put that in his head a little bit by talking to him and questioning him, and she kind of, you know, made him second guess himself and what he was doing because she wanted to keep control. I don't think she did it on purpose, but you know, she still did it. So he's a little insecure. Just like when Marvin called him Quincy Jones, more like Quincy Moans up in this piece. He got sensitive, boy. He was, next thing you know, he was ready to tell her to come outside and have a little talk. Made sure he got a little kiss before she went back in. He was sensitive when he saw Jessica again. So
I'm gonna come to you.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Y'all is coming through tonight with these super chats. My goodness. Paperboy says he drops 10. Clown Camacho, not crown. Clown Camacho label paired with Cokehead Tony's Club would be the perfect front. Hey, you're right. You put those two together. The only problem is Crown Camacho probably going to be trying to hit on Miss Tony. That's going to be the only problem. And for that $10, my brother, I'm gonna get you. Let me give you this. You sound like you might like a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to a lot of my people, Paperboy, Sally, Brillo. A lot of y'all came through. I appreciate y'all coming through over here for my boy Lamont, man.
Appreciate that, man. I'm gonna give y'all this right here.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
The Shogun of Harlem.
I done seen that movie about 100 times, man. He went to my high school.
Oh, word.
Yeah. Yeah, showing up like the biggest famous, you know, movie star from my high school.
Oh, man. Yeah, I rarely say that some of these classic movies should be remade, but I feel like this one should be remade and Dion Cole should be cast in that role.
And sure enough,
he did it good when he was
sound
on
like Dion Cole.
Yeah.
Who could play Bruce Leroy though?
They could probably find a new Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, you got to find a new one.
Find it. Just do a whole nationwide search and find a new Bruce Leroy.
It's messed up what happened with Mac. He kind of got blackballed a little bit.
Oh, did
he? Yeah, Bruce Leroy. Yeah.
I saw his story on
Glad TV.
No, I didn't see it on that. I saw it on BET.
Oh, okay. I saw him talking on Vlad TV. His name is Mac. But yeah, man, that's the movie right there, boy.
I got to keep them on deck for the people. Nita, the diva, I'm coming to you. Everybody, all you women, y'all little panties getting a little warm for this Lulu brother. And so my question to you, Nita, is he messing up by going behind Raq's back, having these side conversations with Unique badass?
Definitely. I didn't even like the way the position made him look. Like it just was a bad look all the way around. And it almost made him feel a little desperate. A little. Like I just didn't like the way it kind of turned the dynamics in a way that I don't think that's the way Raq want to look. I don't think Lulu probably don't even think he looks like that, but I think it made him kind of look like that. Also, too, Unique. Word ain't bond no more. Like, I guess the war. We at war, so I guess I don't know. I was just like, damn, he didn't even keep his word. And so, when you don't keep your word, I guess that means you don't respect him. So, yeah, I just thought it was a bad look.
Well, I learned from one of my favorite video games, there's never any honor amongst thieves and criminals, shiesty individuals. I come to you, Larry. What'd you think about Lulu popping up over here thinking that his word was going to be enough to keep Unique from doing anything?
To be honest with you, I think this move was a real big mistake on Unique's part, because Unique was up there saying things, trying to get in Lulu's head, basically trying to say, hey, you should be the one that's running this. You shouldn't have Raq running this, you know? And I don't know if he doesn't want Raq running it because he doesn't like that there's a woman running it, or he doesn't like Raq running it because he just doesn't like the way she moves. But he keeps on saying things that Lulu's sort of like, this should be you. You should be doing this, you know? You're the one that's the smart one behind there. This should be all you. And I think if he would have played this smart and left Lulu's joint alone, I think he probably would have found some favor with Unique, and it would have it would have cemented that seed that he's been trying to plant in his head about this. So I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, I just think it was a bad move. I think it was sort of silly to do it. I know they're sort of at war, but it didn't seem like there was any real strategic advantage. They knew they weren't going to be able to kill Lulu. You had to be a fool if you thought you were going to be able to do that there. So now they know. Now, not only do you know that you're at war, you know that he's coming for you. So he's going to be on extra guard. So it was just a bad move strategically.
Right. And we end on you, Moochie. This is one of your boys from this season. What's up?
Well, with this, I feel like I'm going to go from Raq didn't even tell them that she put Scrappy on the inside. Because maybe if she would have told him that, it would have been a different approach.
Okay.
And as far as with him going there, I think this is going to set the ball in motion for more things to come. It's going to be another murder. You already know he's capable of killing, and it might happen soon. It might be the next episode. I think one of his men is going to get hit again. The one that was with Scrappy, I think he's gone. I think it's going to be a wrap with him. I'm going to call that.
Okay. Moochie putting out her infamous and famous predictions and hypotheses that they tend to happen, y'all, especially when it comes to the Power universe. She be knowing what she's talking about.
He going to end up in the pond.
You know what's funny is that they always that through this whole show so far, they've been dogging Marvin. Like Marvin's just the dumb one who's always making just impulsive, stupid decisions. But in all honesty, all of them make these really dumb decisions. Just really stupid. Like Raq is constantly making dumb decisions with her son. Like if she thinks Kanan is going to be like this nice, responsible young man that's going to listen to her when she says don't do something, she's completely delusional. It's like he's going to go out there and do whatever the hell he wants to do. Then he's going to come home with blood on his shirts, and you're just going to deal with it. I mean, really, it's just they keep making it seem like Marvin's just a dumb one, and everybody is making dumb decisions. Everyone.
Yeah, but I mean, when they're talking about making dumb decisions, they're talking about in terms of what's keeping the business together, not per se what your son's doing. They're talking about the organization itself. And if you had to pick of those three to run an organization, you ain't gonna let Marvin be your number one draft pick.
No, I hear you, but what I'm talking about, I'm also talking about the organization. Like she's up there teaching this dude how to cook Raq in the house, saying don't ever do it in the house. But she's teaching him in the damn house. And then she's up there putting him in the stash house. He should have never have known where that stash house was. You know? Yeah. She's teaching him all kinds of stuff.
I think
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nita.
I was saying, I think Kanan is her Achilles heel. Like, that boy is going to be the death of her. Now, I don't know if he literally going to do it because he definitely don't respect her. I mean, I think he loves her, but at the end of the day, I don't think he respects her at all. Like, he doesn't respect her intelligence. He doesn't trust her. He doesn't feel like he can talk to her, even though she is showing him all the things that he wants. He still wants to go to Marvin, who, what? The dumb.
Because Marvin listens to him. Marvin actually respects his intellect and listens to him. Like when he brought him the whole thing with the gas station, Marvin was like, I can't do that with you because Raq would kill us. But at the same time, Marvin recognized it was a good idea and put it in play. And that's why Kanan keeps going back to him, because Marvin actually respects him.
I believe that
he went behind his back and did it.
The lines of
he's
not open.
I mean,
he went behind his back. He told him it was a bad idea. I can't do this. I gotta stay away from you. But then took his idea and
he didn't tell him it was a bad idea. He told him it was a good idea.
He said, "I can't mess with you. This is kryptonite right now, so I'm not even gonna." Like he said, he wasn't gonna do it.
Right, but he also told him it was a good idea.
But he lied to him. He said he wasn't gonna do it because of his mother.
He said he couldn't do it with him.
Right,
but he still lied to him. He didn't tell him he was gonna do it.
No, that's not lying. He told him.
That's like me telling you an idea that me and you do together, and then you go do it with somebody else. What's that?
Yeah, because if I can't do it with you, doesn't mean it's a bad idea that it shouldn't get done. It just means I can't do it with you.
It sounds crooked.
Look, I can't go sell drugs.
Sounds crooked to me.
If he said I can't go sell drugs with you because your mother.
If you saying I can't do it, you went behind my back and
It sounds crooked
but he's
to me.
making a good point though. He's saying I can't do it with you, not I can't do it. It's a bad idea. He don't want to. He didn't say he won't do it. It's because he don't want to jeopardize the thing with Raq.
So I guess at the end of the day, how is Kanan going to feel when he find out his uncle is doing his idea without him?
Is he going to get cut out of it? That's what I want to know.
He would feel bad, but at the same time, you ain't got no dope anyway, or else you didn't need to come to me. You could have did it on your own, right? Why you ain't do it on your own? Because you ain't got shit. So you ain't really, you can have all the ideas you want, but if you ain't got the money or the product, you can't do nothing. So he'll be salty, and he may try to make him emotional, blackmail him into letting him back in. But you know what I mean? Like, what could he do? For one, you 15. Two, your mama crazy, and I ain't trying to deal with that. And you know what I mean? I said I can't do it with you. So I didn't do it with you, but I didn't say you had bad ideas. You could bring good ideas this way.
I think he should have at least ran it past him and let him know he was going to try it, maybe.
Yeah, like I'm gonna try it out.
Keep in mind, he's 15 years old too, and he's a grown ass man. Like he could be his son, so like he ain't really got to run nothing past him. Like Kanan, he can run it past Marvin.
A child.
Yeah,
but
he's still a 15-year-old kid. Like,
right, but here's the thing: Raq is gonna recognize eventually that this was Kanan's idea, because Marvin's putting it in play, and it's gonna become so big so fast that Marvin's not gonna be able to handle it on his own, and so he's gonna have to take it to Raq and say, "Hey, Raq, I was testing something out. This is what I'm doing, and it's working well." And then it's going to come out that it was Kanan's idea, and Raq is then at that point probably going to say, okay, maybe the kid's got something there. He's thinking ahead. He's working through problems. But Raq's going to become aware of it because it's going to blow up. We've already seen the trailer. It looks like it's a great idea that's working.
And it was Kanan's idea thanks to Symphony.
Yeah, I was about
to
say.
Class. And that's the same way she got her idea from Symphony.
How is that Symphony's idea?
Because he was talking when they was in the class. He was talking about how white people, that's the only time you saw white people in the area is when they come through the van to go to the airport.
Oh.
And that's how you do get to the airport that way.
That's where you got it from.
So that takes some inside knowledge of the area to know that.
Now look, he's getting.
No, I'm saying you picked up on that because you know the area. Like I didn't know where the hell they was going. I just thought it was a gas station next to the expressway. But actually, that is how they have spots in Chicago. Like I came across one of the best spots I ever came across one time, because on the expressway it would be jam packed, and so I would get off sometimes. This is when I used to work in the west suburbs, so I had to go through the west side of Chicago, and I got off and I would drive through along the side, and it'd be gas stations or whatever. So I had to go. It was a gas station. It was a lot of people there and stuff. And you know, it's always people at a gas station. They wasn't actually doing nothing. But when I turned the next corner to go around, it looked like I'm gonna get you, sucker. How people just like jumped all on the car trying to wash his windows. I mean, they was like, weed rocks blows, weed rock. I'm like, God damn, I'm trying to go to work. But then I remembered that spot when I needed to find something in the bed. No, I'm just when I needed some weed and it was like 4 a.m, I said, let me try that spot out. No, I'm just
oh my goodness. Wow. All right. So since Moochie done brought it up, Larry done talked about it. Here's a scene that made me, when Raq be getting down Symphony throat about her son, it just bothers me for some reason, because I don't feel like Symphony has really done anything wrong per se. And if anything, I feel like he's overreached to try to ingratiate himself to Raq and her son. So I'm gonna come to Nita on this. I'm gonna come to the ladies first. What you think about this interaction with Raq basically telling Symphony to step, and this man has given basically her whole family a leg up in terms of how they run their business, and actually giving Kanan something positive to go to after school?
Right. You know, I always feel like she's coming from a different place, like a hard knock life. Like, I just feel like with this thing, I always felt like it was misplaced anger. She got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
Dean done dropped her.
Yeah.
It was just like a whole lot of stuff that was going on.
Fact.
And then I like what she does. Like, she gives people enough rope to hang themselves. Like, you know, this is why I can't trust you. But you know, I still feel like she's wrong, because I feel like you should have the foresight to know that Symphony is a good dude. And if he's trying to get cool with Kanan, that, you know, he may call in a favor, and he's going to do it. But at the same time, we're talking about jail. Now that's a whole nother situation. Jail, I can see if it was something else, like the mall security because you were stealing, but we're talking about jail. So maybe, I mean, she has a right to do it. And I think she just does it too hard. She's too firm. You know, I always believe in keeping boundaries and establishing and letting people know you can't do this and you can't do this. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's her delivery or something. I don't know. But they're going to be back together.
Yeah, you don't go through that many episodes of hot, steamy, dropping the hammer on the floor, getting carpet burns and shit, just to have the man walk out your life like that. Jump on in there, Larry.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where she just showed her hand right there, because she's just very insecure. She loves him, and she doesn't want to admit it to herself or to him, but she does. She already said it to. She kind of already acknowledged it to herself, because she said it to Juke when she was talking to Juke, and I think that she's trying to in some way sabotage their relationship. I think she recognizes that she's got these feelings for dude, and now her son is actually liking him and calling on him and taking to him, and I think that's scaring the crap out of her. And I think now she's gonna try. I think for a period of time she's gonna try and use any little flaw, any little wrong thing that he's done to try and torpedo their relationship, until she realizes, okay, he's not the type of dude that's just gonna walk away at first step. Because like, he let her go. He said, okay, that's it. He walked away, didn't say anything. He wasn't trying to torpedo anything back and say something horrible, call her out her name or anything. He just said, okay, cool, walked away, because he knows she'll feel different tomorrow. But I think she just sort of revealed who she is and how she feels in just a way that she probably didn't realize she did it. And now when she comes back, she's gonna find that Symphony's gonna know that she's sprung.
Okay.
Like
All right, jump in there, Moochie.
With this scene, I if somebody listed it in the chat also, and I agree with her.
So I was gonna say that she taking out the anger on
yeah, because you gotta remember she was assaulted.
Yeah,
she's assaulted. She just coming back from that. She already proved the point that she doesn't trust men, and she doesn't trust men because she's in a man's business where they always gonna try to dominate her anyway.
Right.
So I feel like with this, she's trying to show her authority that, you know, I mean what I say when I say what I mean.
Okay. But you know what? There's something that she said when she was talking to him that I think is important to catch is that she doesn't necessarily respect Symphony as much as she could because he actually wants to be with her. Because he's like, she said, you know who I am, you know what I do. Basically, what she's saying is you know I'm a drug dealing piece of shit, and you still want to be with me, which means on some level you must also be a piece of shit.
I didn't get that.
That's what she's saying.
I didn't get that.
You like shit? Are you a fly? Huh?
I'm telling you what I got. I'm telling you she's up there.
I'm telling you I didn't get that.
Okay, I'm just saying
I
that's what
got that she doesn't handle betrayal well.
What I'm saying is that people often do that. They'll say, "Oh, you see how effed up I am, and you still like me, so you must be effed up too to even want to be with me. Because if you weren't effed up, you would go find somebody else. But you don't. You want to be with me, which means you must too be a piece of shit, and therefore I don't need to respect you." That's what. There's going to be some problems there with that because she is. She knows she's a good drug dealing piece of crap, and he still wants to be with her.
Shit really gets stanky.
Yeah,
you need a whole lot. Saying you went behind my back.
You need a whole
behind my back. So she don't handle betrayal well.
Okay. People always say I go to the left, and we'll see 2-3 episodes later how far left I was.
Jump on in there, J-Mo.
On the same team over here. I've been doing a little like debate show with teams like 2-on-2 lately, different format, and Big L and Larry gonna have to be on the same team, boy, y'all. Woo, that was funny, man. I like that.
You know? I enjoyed that too. Shout out to Paperboy. I like the way he talked.
Yeah. Larry, she came at him like you like pieces of shit. What's the basis, man? We ain't going nowhere but got suits and cases. Like, what the hell?
That's what I thought about when he said the pieces of shit part, the Kanye thing.
Right.
They don't even know that's Kanye.
For real. But no, man, she was just really upset that Mr. What I call him, Scully. That's what she nicknamed him. Scully tried her, and she ain't trust no man at the moment, and she just felt vulnerable. And what she tried to do is basically isolate herself in a way, trying to protect herself, put her walls up, and she'll feel better after she let it calm down, because she, of course, and it ain't just because she a woman, because everybody gonna get tried, everybody gonna get tested in the dope game. Like in Harlem Nights, Bugsy Calhoun say, how you gonna trust anybody? Everybody's a criminal. You know what I mean? Everybody's a criminal. So how is you gonna have trust? Now Dean, when he was talking to her, said, she said, he said, I can't trust you. And she's like, well, you can't trust everybody in this business. Look like my damn thing freezing up over here. I don't know what's going on. I've been infiltrated over here, man. AT&T coming for me. But anyway, they said, it's you beyond the pale. So like she do some shady shit beyond what you supposed to be doing. And, she feel like people come at her. And so, it's just she'll feel better after she, a couple Coelho, she love him in the morning. It's okay.
Wow. Jump on in there, Nita the Diva, then we'll switch to a different subject.
You're muted, Nita.
Didn't I already do commentary on that one?
Did you? I don't think you did.
Off.
I said it was the misplaced anger.
Yeah, she
did. Oh, yeah, that's right. She did kick it off. Okay, my bad. I appreciate that, Nita. Let us switch gears to one of my characters I like on this show. Oh, Detective Burke. Detective Burke is sitting here creeping all by herself just because her boy had to take a day off. Her partner had to take a day off. And what do we find while she's creeping? She finds old White Neek with Juke. And White Neek is in the area where she don't belong. And long story short, I'm about to come to you on this one, Larry. Did she let us know that she's gay with all that story she gave Juke about you can come clean to me if you have secrets, blah, blah, blah. I understand, yada, yada, yada. I dropped a hot take on Detective Burke today, Larry, but I want to hear what you got to say about Detective Burke and what kind of trouble she's going to be getting herself into.
Oh, she definitely did. She definitely let her know that she's gay. She told her, she said, I know about things that other people don't know about, you know? She was letting her know, like, you forget all the other crap. If you want to talk to me about something like this, I'm here for you because I know what it's like to be here. And I mean, there's some other stuff you could talk about. You could talk about her career choice and all that stuff. For a long time, it was generally women that were leaning more towards the LGBT community side of the life that were joining, the police departments and the military and all that stuff. It's become much more open and friendly to everyone now. But in the past, it was always sort of those rough and tumble gay chicks that were down with it. And this is part of that era, so it doesn't surprise me. And and also the fact that her brothers and her dads and uncles, everybody were cops. If she was just a regular old straight chick, they would have been like, no, become a nurse, go get married or something. They probably all knew she was gay, and that's why they were probably all cool with her becoming a cop. So, okay. But I think that she's going to establish a relationship with Juke, and that's probably what's going to get Juke, to the point where she's like, I want to be a cop because this chick is going to mentor her. She's going to be something. She's going to be someone that is special to Juke on some level. So Juke is a criminal, and she'll probably remain one for a while. But this woman is going to be someone that's going to be special to Jukebox.
Okay, jump in there, Moochie. What you think?
Can you highlight T the Hot Boy's comment? It was funny.
Detective Snowflake going to get them young draws. She's going to teach Jukebox about being a police. It sounds like T the Hot Boy saw my review today.
Look, I think I don't want to go too far ahead, but once she saw that, she saw a way in with her.
Mm-hmm.
She saw a way in with her. I hope now that Nicole's coming back and forth to Queens, to Jamaica, shoot, she might catch her and catch her doing something she ain't supposed to be doing, and that's how they get jammed up.
Yep.
I'm just saying. And didn't I tell y'all she was gonna be doing some stuff on her own? Which, like I said, I think if they do the part with the Baisley Pond, she's gonna be the one that orchestrates all of that with getting the pond drained. I thought they was gonna put the janitor the inspector in the pond.
We should have.
It ain't too late.
I'm like, why he ain't put him there? If Rock come up in there smelling that, she is gonna tell him to get rid of him.
Wow. J-Mo, what'd you think about Detective Burke coming out and trying to pull a R. Kelly and creeping on some teenagers?
Right.
Uh-oh. Did we lose my boy? I think we lost him.
I think you might be frozen.
We'll come back to him in a minute.
I think you hooked up to the wrong network. Jay got like 3 networks in his house right
now. He should be good.
Yeah, but he has another one too, and sometimes he hooks up to the wrong one.
We'll come back to my brother in a minute. Jump on in there, Nita.
I'm back. I just refreshed. It's a storm outside, so I'm tired of my stuff. I pay too much, man, for this damn internet for it not to work, man. It's making me mad. You don't like me when I'm angry. You know the Hawk ain't nothing but a black dude on child support. That now, Hawk baby. Nah.
Oh man.
All right.
What you got, Jay?
I didn't hear the question. My bad.
Detective Burke coming out gay. What is going to be the significance to her relationship with Jukebox long term?
Oh, I don't think she gay.
Uh-oh.
Y'all think she gay?
Headroom before.
Oh yeah, she's gay.
Yeah.
She's gay. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Well,
I
how
can see
y'all
the
know she
Krispy
gay?
Kreme. I can see the Krispy Kreme all around her top lip. 100%.
Damn, this got my damn face froze like crazy. Krispy Kreme.
Thought I was a donut. You tried to glaze me.
All right, Rakim over here with the old school right there. Thought I was a donut. Tried to glaze me. What? Mooch with the bars. Nah, man, I didn't pick up on the gay vibes, man. I didn't pick up on them vibes, man.
In this conversation right here, Jay, in this conversation right here, when she basically said, you know, if there's anything you need to talk to me about outside of the business, blah, 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 paraphrasing here, this was her basically eluding, I know you're gay, and you can drop that white girl because she inexperienced and get with this grown white woman who know a thing or two. You know, I done munched on a couple of carpets that she ain't never lit.
Damn, you talking about she tried to give her number 588-2300. She installed carpet for a living. Damn,
Jay,
pick up on that, man.
Jay, it's easier than that.
It had a little white dude with red hair.
It's easier than that, Jay. To get with Detective Burke, all Juke got to do is call 911. That's it.
Right. Next thing you know, they could be scissor kicking. I miss that, man.
You said scissor kicking? I can't with you.
More power to them. Hey, if ever make you happy. I miss that though. So, you know, I didn't think that's what she meant. You know, I guess she gonna give her a master class, gonna upgrade her if that's the case.
That's right.
I wouldn't put it past her. But I missed that was the signal. So if she tries to make a move on that, I will be the first to admit I'm surprised on that one. Not that like it's gonna be a major outbreak secret, but I would be surprised because I think she just trying to be a tough cop and another woman in a man's world trying to, you know, hold her own type thing is what I picked up on. So for her to end up trying to, you know, get her little, you know, R. Kelly wannabe getting a little 15-year-old on the team, that's going to be surprising. And, you know, I'm interested to see if that storyline plays out. That would definitely be a shocker. I think she might use that information more and try to be her friend. And that way she can have some type of leverage over her, saying, does your family know? Because I tell them, better tell me what I need to know. So I don't know. I wouldn't put that more past her than trying to get a date. But who knows, man? Maybe she like fresh cookies. And that cookie only 15 years old. It just came out the oven a little while ago. So she want to, you know, get a nibble before it, you know, everybody else get a sample. So who knows?
Neither the diva. Detective Burke trying to get some of that cookie that is inked with red icing.
Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you. Somebody finally said it. I don't want to say anything, but thank you.
Red icing.
Right. Yeah, I mean that too. I said it's underage. I've been putting my stuff in the chat. I said the vibe that she was given can have two different interpretations. Now I thought that maybe she was coming at an angle like if you need somebody to talk to, but for some reason it just felt too suggestive into the lesbian type vibe that she was giving off, and she kept on saying, "Trust me."
So you feel like she being a predator?
Yeah, it felt like it. She was giving me
one horny motherfucker.
Yeah, and to know that Juke actually became a police officer, she has some kind of influence over her.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, they just opened the door for that.
Yep.
See, I don't think it was sexual in the sense like she was trying to get at her, but I think it was in the sense where she was saying, yes, I recognize that you like girls. I also like girls. And she was telling her in a sense, I know things other people don't know. So yes, I think she was reaching out to her on that lesbian tip,
or maybe trying to have a common ground.
It was more of I'm older and I understand things that you may not yet, and so I'm willing to be there for you if you have questions or just want to talk. I don't think she was making a pass at her though.
Hugo Boss just put one word. Yeah. But hey,
I will say this though. I will say this in all seriousness. I think we have to be careful about joking about some of this stuff, because if the tables were turned and we were talking about Omar Epps' character, you know, trying to get with the little white girl, no one would think that shit is funny.
Or
Kanan, I didn't see it as that. I saw it as her being like real careful about what she's doing with that particular girl.
Yeah, I looked at it as maybe more of a common ground type thing, or like Miss Crafty. Shout out to Miss Crafty. That's my girl from my channel too. I think maybe even a mentor, maybe than, you know, a date or a predator. But I could be wrong. I didn't pick up on those vibes. So, you know, it got me over here looking asleep on the picture over here. I don't know what's going on.
You sure do. And moving right along from one section to another section. Oh boy. At the very end of this episode.
From now on, so when it freezes, I look like y'all can't tell the difference.
Oh, you good now. At the very end of this episode, and we'll start with you, Mooch. I don't know if y'all going to be able to see this just because the picture is dark, but this is old Scrappy. He gets delivered in his underwear to the front door of Raq and Kanan. Moochie, we're on you. How was you feeling? What was you thinking when this delivery, and it wasn't Amazon, popped up at the door?
I felt bad for him because I knew he was stepping into enemy territory, and this is one of the consequences of him getting caught out there. I want to know, do y'all think he's dead? I don't know if he's dead.
He was moving.
That dude is dead, man. He better
be dead.
He's just jacked up, yo.
They sure
wasn't trying to help him.
You see that like above his head is a pool of blood. I'm talking like at least 2 gallons of blood is up there by his head.
So then they must have gave him the headshot when they dropped him off. When he heard the gunshot.
Must have did.
So they bucked him up a little bit and then killed him in front of her house. Now what's she gonna do with this body?
Yeah, they dropped him off with some Huggies.
Damn.
Like the stork.
Damn, my daughter wearing Huggies. My goodness.
I know sometimes I overanalyze stuff, but
Tressa C saying he's breathing. Jimbo saying he ain't dead. So we got a couple people.
He may have been having his last breaths.
He could have. He could have. J-Mo, what do you think about this drop off the body scene?
Man, they dropped him off like return to sender, straight up, man. They didn't want that package. They left him in his BVDs, man. And when they came out, they ain't trying to do no mouth to mouth or you know, no CPR. They just looked at him like, damn. Oh well, this ain't my package. Shit, we gonna call the better call.
I know Kanan looked guilty.
Right, like man, dude, straight, you know, left him shitty in more ways than one.
Wow.
Yeah, he had that old school diaper with a bobby pin in it, boy. It was black, man.
You need a safety pin?
Right. It was a old, what was it, like a little napkin? They just had to put it up the middle and tie it with a safety pin. Took an eye out, you know what I'm saying? Left him looking like Slick Rick, but without the patch, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Wow. It's a done deal. If they let this dude live, this is gonna be the one major writing mistake in the movie, in the show.
I got a hot take.
Yeah, it'd be worse than Tommy jumping out the moving car and let it blow up, and they think he's dead, and he just. It'd be worse than that.
What you think, Nita?
Yeah, what you got, Nita? It's your turn anyway.
Now, what
drop that fire tape.
What I was thinking was that, you know, snitches get stitches. Like, I really think that Unique has gave him his life to become a double agent. So he was there to be a plant, and Raq would never suspect him. of being a plant, but he can now become a plant.
That means you think Unique is really smart.
He was doing a couple of little things today.
And that's a hell of an ass whooping to be trying to play this dirty game. I'd be like, you know what? That's a good plan, but let's work on another plan first. Let's brainstorm a little bit without being by BBD's doodoo doll with an eye miss. Let's rework it a little bit first.
I mean, she gave him the idea of putting a plan in there. So
she gave him the idea and he took the eye back.
Wow.
We'll see. I think he's still alive because I think somebody said it was footage of him with an eye patch, wearing an eye patch.
Okay. Larry, what do you think about this scene?
Yeah, this is one of those things I was wondering, and I know it's just sort of a detail. Everybody's talking about his tidy whities, but they have made such a point to show all the fashions of the time and everything. And Calvin Kleins were big back then, you know?
Yeah, that started the designer underwear.
Yeah, everybody was rocking Calvin underwear, Calvin boxers, all kinds of stuff. This was when boxer briefs really started to come in. And I'm like, so it kind of doesn't make sense. Dude would just be in some old random tidy whities. These dudes are dressed every day with everything they have is name brand. And this dude's just supposed to be in some random Walmart Fruit of the Looms.
Right.
Maybe it was wash day.
Hey, like my mama told me, man, you always gotta have some clean drawers on. You never know what may happen. You may be in an accident. They see you gonna need to wipe your booty. They gonna be like, oh nah, this dude ain't even worth saving. He don't even know how to use
people know where she lives.
See, this is one of those things though. When I look at Scrappy and what happened, I just think to myself, it's just like the price that you have to pay to work with these people to do what you do is just too high. Like he's like, this dude's not making enough money to make those types of sacrifices.
But you got to keep in mind they don't have a lot of education and opportunities too. What do you got to go work on Wall Street? What other job could he have to make the kind of money possibly that he could make? I mean, he probably don't have much education beyond high school, if that. What is he?
I hear you, but the amount of money he's making is not enough to compensate for the amount that he's having to deal with.
But that's because you have sense and you have more education and opportunities, so you wouldn't make that choice. People like him don't have much choice. He might have got caught when he was a teenager with some weed or something, got a record or something. I'm not saying it's justified. I'm just saying people like that, they don't realize the mistakes they made and as a youth that they end up costing them their life or opportunities down the road. You know, just like some people don't realize bad credit could cost you your life. You think you get some bad credit, it ain't no big deal. Well, guess what? Now you can't afford to live in a nice neighborhood because you got bad credit, which then puts your life in danger living in a bad neighborhood. You could get robbed, shot, or killed because your ass didn't pay your bills.
Right.
And I think we also got to think about, we are talking about a guy here who was in a couple of episodes ago, the number one glorification in his life was his damn Air Jordans.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same guy we talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's laying down here basically dead in some no-name underwear, but the number one motivation in his life, he was able to beat the police and kept his Air Jordans clean.
And that's his most prized possession, probably. I mean,
he's like, forget this. I'm gonna just buy some Fruit of the Loom, keep it moving, and get my Jordans.
Well, check this out, Moochie. I saw a survey the other day, Moochie, that says in today's society, there is a greater number of men that go commando style.
I don't know about that.
Free balling?
31% of men in today's society ain't wearing no underwear.
They got some chafed, groin area.
God, I knew this dude was gonna say.
Got some damn crease between their legs up in this piece. You know what I'm saying? They got a little chafed, you know, what they call it, coccyx up in this piece, boy. That's what he accent. See, he ain't spend no money on his drawers, because whenever he get with a woman, he take his shoes off and he take the drawers and pants off at the same time, throw it up under the bed, and then jump up in there. See, y'all gotta be careful, ladies. You gotta check them drawers first, man. Before you give up the drawers, check the drawers. If he got to throw them up under the bed, that's a no-no. You gonna have, man, you gonna have chocolate chips.
Making me think about Friday. Remember when they showed Depot's drawers with the skid marks in them?
Oh my Lord,
right,
ladies and gentlemen, man.
He don't let those skid marks on his Jordans, but them drawers, he don't give a damn.
Yeah, they got skid marks like he was leaving the scene of a crime.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to cover one more thing, but we got a super chatter who has a question that I'll pose to the panel. Who's smarter characters, Snowfall or Kanan? Need to go.
I'm surprised Big L ain't put that up here.
Yeah, no, this seemed like a question he would ask.
Okay.
Boy.
Neither don't know.
After that, Snowfall by far. All the characters in Kanan are just dumb.
He was a bookworm, but I mean, so was Kanan the way they show. But he actually went to college.
Okay, so what's your answer, Moochie?
I say Franklin.
Okay, and Big J Mo, who you got, Snowfall or Kanan?
Well, see, it shouldn't be. If it's smarter characters, it would probably be Snowfall. But if you say the characters that are more accurate, I might say Kanan. Like his daddy, a Black Panther, he know better than talking to the CIA. What make him think Connie Chung gonna save his ass and he gonna snitch on his own son and wife, talking about I can protect you? That don't make no sense. That was dumb. Like she couldn't even protect herself. Who was she? It wasn't like it was the Wall Street Journal or something she was working for. So, and we see
but that stuff happens though. But that stuff happens. People, it doesn't seem like it should make sense. It doesn't seem like it should happen in life, but it does actually happen.
Nah, I don't know about that one. He a Black Panther. He saw what happened to everybody in the Black Panthers.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. That he might have been a Black Panther, but how do you think the Black Panthers went out? Because some of the Black Panthers weren't true. They ended up turning on each other. Some of them were plants, and some of them turned on each other. And so we have this idealistic, mind, this idealistic thought of how the Panthers were. And they've been romanticized, but in reality, the Panthers were just regular old people. They were kids, probably half our age. And
yeah, but this dude is a grown-ass man in his 40s or 50s, and he turned not just on the Panthers, on his own son, who he just had a relationship repaired, as well as his wife, who he loves dearly, and just repaired that relationship. And you think some person that just come out of the blue is going to protect you? That wasn't realistic. That was dumb.
Yeah, but you're also looking at a man who's watching his community literally be decimated in front of his eyes because of the poison his son is pushing out there. And there's a lot of parents out there that are saying they try and work with their kids time and time again, and eventually they decide, I have to do some tough love because nothing else is working. And so I think he might have just reached that point where he was saying, I love my son. My son's life is important, but my son's life is not more important than the community as a whole, and he is destroying the community.
That's true, but at the same time, he's taking money from his son, using that money to then try to fund the outreach program and help the community. You wouldn't be able to help the community without your son. Your son ain't the only person selling drugs in the community. Those people are going to continue to sell drugs and use drugs in the community before and after Franklin. So
I think there's definitely that contradiction there, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. And then it's another thing when he thought he could go and kill Teddy, a CIA agent, and get away with it. These people overturn governments. You're not going to kill a CIA agent and think you're going to go about your day and protect people. They will have you disappear and without a trace. So that was stupid. He should know better. They had Fred Hampton, all these people killed, different things happen. Like the whole point is that they're overturning the government right now, using Franklin with the Contras in Nicaragua. That's what they was actually using and now he think he gonna stop that. Like that was stupid. And then he's gonna go on some bootleg radio show and spill the beans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of things that he did that just wasn't consistent with, especially an older man that's seen and been through what he been through. And he should just be happy that he ain't no longer an alcoholic and that he got a relationship with his son and wife. And if you have a conflict of interest with what they selling drugs, then you just go back to not being a part of their life and move on. You don't try to put them in jail. Now you got the higher road. Now you going to tell them what's better or not. Dude, you was just begging for a 40 ounce. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't even
I hear what
there.
you're saying, Jay, but I think when you're looking at somebody in a one state of their life versus another state, once he got clean and once he was on the right path and he was trying to help people and fix some of the mistakes and clean up some of the stuff that he did wrong in his life, you can't look back and say, okay, well, I'm just going to let everything that I saw, everything that was kept doing just keep happening and not do anything about it. And so he was making different decisions that he would have made before because he's no longer in that previous stage of his life. And I think that's what led him to make some of those decisions, like to decide to go on the radio station, decide to talk to the reporter, decide to try and go after Teddy. They may not have been the best decisions that he made, but he was trying to do something that he thought might make a difference. And yeah, I mean, you're right. If he had been back in his old Panther stage, pre-drug addict, pre-alcoholic, maybe he would have been fine. But he went through all that, came out the other end, and now he's trying to do something different.
His family, though. So his family supported him, but you can't even talk to them and
his
let them know.
His family's a bunch of drug dealers, and he's seeing the drugs that are ruining the community.
Yeah, but you using the money. That's
right.
what I
Not
don't
only
understand.
you losing the money, you're losing your support system. They helped you. They the ones celebrating, throwing parties for your sobriety. Ain't nobody else there for you. And instead of talking to them and saying, you know what, I can't be a part of this no more. Y'all should stop. I'm gonna move away. This, that, or the other. He goes behind their back and tries to incarcerate them.
I get that, but we all deal with hypocrisy. I hate the fact that the U.S. government goes and bombs the shit out of other countries, but I also use the security of the U.S. military every single day when I'm here safe in my own country that's never been invaded. I mean,
you ain't got a choice, though.
I hate what they do, but I also understand the contradictions and the hypocrisy of it.
Yeah, but you don't have a choice to say, I don't want the U.S. military to protect me in my house.
I could leave. I have a passport. I could leave. I have financial means to go anywhere in the world I want to.
That's true, but then you'd be restarting your life over. So a lot of people comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Being comfortable is what the enemy of progress.
And that in itself is the hypocrisy, is that we decide that we are comfortable, and so we're willing to set aside all those other moral conundrums so that we can maintain our comforts and conveniences.
Right, but also the U.S. military ain't your family. That ain't your mom. That ain't your son. That ain't your wife. So you decided to leave because you don't want to have the military and go there. That's not actually you turning in your wife. You love your wife. You ain't about to just talking to her,
what you're saying,
and put her in jail and risk her safety instead of talking to her first. He talked to his wife after the fact, talking about, let me talk to you. Let's run away. She like, what you talking about? Never mind. You would have probably talked to your wife first, right? That's what, you know what I'm saying, a person that loved their wife in relationship would have did. I'm just saying, not that the show should have been perfect, this, that, and the other, but that was dumb. And I think that a couple other things that they did, like no show is perfect. I'm not saying that it's, you know, this is perfect. And it is a lot of conflicts, just like in Godfather Harlem when Malcolm X dropped that science on him and said, Bumpy, you a man of many contradictions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that's life. Everybody got a lot of contradictions, you know, some more than others, some more serious than others. I'm just saying, if we break it down, I think the characters in Power Raising Kanan are a little more accurate to what those people in those situations would do. And in Snowfall, it is, but they made some mistakes. Now, it is, 4 or 5 seasons of footage versus 5 or 6 episodes. So who knows in 5 seasons if they'll be still consistent on this show. But if I say like Scrappy, I've known people like Scrappy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't the smartest, like had the most opportunities and stuff. They ain't, you know what I mean? They make dumb decisions and they get caught in like he couldn't have told Raq, nah, I ain't about to do that. Then he would have been dead. So, I mean, he didn't have a choice in the matter, even though it was presented as a choice. What would have been his choice? You know what I mean? Either way, he was screwed. And that's why
I got a choice for y'all. I got the last subject we're going to cover on Power Raising Kanan is this right here. Was this a mistake on behalf of Kanan? Now, I think Kanan might have an emotional attachment to the person that he doesn't know yet is the real snitch in the situation. I'm going to start with you, Nita, and then we'll end with J-Mo.
All right. Montana Max coming through.
Was this a mistake? Well, he already was hooked before he even got it. Let's just be clear about that. Yeah, and it probably made things worse. Yeah, but I think it's a mistake.
Wow, it made it worse, huh? That's what you feel,
right?
Wow, Larry, was this a mistake, or is it going to all be good with Kanan?
No, I think this is what's going to cause some real strife between probably his mom and him or somebody, because it's going to come out that she's the one that snitched about the stash house, and Raq's going to have her killed. And that's really going to mess up. That's going to mess him up. And once he has sex with her and creates that physical bond that he already has, because he already has that sort of emotional bond with her. He's over there bringing her groceries and baby stuff. I think that now that he's created that physical bond with her, once she has to get killed, it's just going to cause a rift between him and his mom and whoever else did it.
But Larry, do you think that the mom going to let him know that she killed her? Because to his knowledge, D. Wiz was killed by Unique Crew to this day.
I don't think that it's I don't think it's something that Raq needs to say. I think he'll know. I think when it comes out, as they say in the streets talk, he'll know. He'll know that it was her that gave up the stash house, and then when she shows up dead, he's gonna know who did it. Because he knows anybody who's gonna get killed is gonna get ordered from Raq, so he's gonna know who did it. He's gonna know who's responsible for it. She's not gonna need to tell him. He's just gonna know.
Okay, I see that. Moochie, what do you think?
I feel like now that it was a mistake for him sleeping with her, but he's not thinking with his big head, he's thinking with the little head.
Oh Lord, here you go.
He is. I mean, come on, he's a teenage boy.
Moochie, you said yourself that even grown men, we lose all sensibility for 3 seconds.
That's right. When you bust that nut, you go deaf for 3 seconds, deaf and blind.
I've never gone deaf. I don't recall being blind.
You don't know it's 3 seconds. That's not fast. 3 seconons, not minutes, seconds.
I think I would know if I can't hear, see, or smell.
Look, you don't know.
I mean, what kind of sex you seeing people doing?
Involved in the moment.
That's some Corona sex you talking about. No taste, no smell, no seeing. Damn.
No, but I feel like, you know what? Now that he saw,
got that killer.
Now that he saw Scrappy's body.
Yeah.
And now that he know that Scrappy was like a loyal soldier. Now Jukebox words, what she said. Now he might have been thinking about that.
Okay.
Imagine if he confronts her.
I think he will. I think he's probably going to have a talk with Kanan. Going to have a talk with his mama in this next episode, and this might be the episode we get down to the nitty gritty of him understanding that Davina is the one that snitched on him. I think possibly. J-Mo, finish it off for us, my brother.
Man, I think that this is going to be something really hard for Kanan. We know he done had a crush on this girl since first grade. He done partially killed, $120 for her to help eliminate the competition. Yeah, it was other motives, but I'm going to say 50% to get him out the way, and then you could put every other reason into the other 50%. And then, now that she done made his wee melt, I think it's a problem, boy. Like he said, you know what I'm saying? You ain't, like he told Tariq, you ain't a real killer until you kill somebody you love. Now, somebody, I think it was Moochie or Larry, one of y'all said that his mom his mom gonna kill her for snitching. I think she gonna make.
I think she gonna make him do it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he gonna have to kill, or she might not make him, but he gonna know he need to because she damn near had him killed. She doing too much. And if his mom find out or anything, you know, or she may find out and put pressure on him, you know, you never know. But I do think that he's going to have to kill her. Now, I don't think it might happen this season, though. I don't think it might happen this season, but it might happen on the last episode. So I wouldn't be surprised. But, yeah, I think that she done made him go, ooh, ooh. She had that little condom look like the damn first sucker I got when I got my first haircut. A little sucker, I was like, damn, she about to give him a little lick before, you know what I'm saying, he get a little stick. But you know what I'm saying, it was all good, man. I think you know, it's one part Big L been talking about why she ain't let him in the house so they could watch the Cosby Show. Something. I said, Mama smoked the TV. Ain't nothing in there to just watch. Ain't nothing to watch, but you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing open except legs. And they open.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a perfect place for us to get out of here on that note. We got 317 in the building. Before you all disappear, can you please like this video? Be sure to come back and catch us tomorrow. I'm going to have a few members of the crew. We're going to do a little power talk, but it won't last long because we're going to also review the new Stars show called Heels. And we'll be back on Wednesday night to review in its entirety the Godfather of Harlem finale, which, if you want my opinion, has been the best show that's been on TV the last 3 months. That was a great damn show. Wow. That finale was pure fire, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen it, go check that out because we are going to be ready to review it. In closing, be sure to subscribe to everybody's channel. They all put out good work. We all work with each other as best we can to bring you guys quality content and make sure you stay fed.
Yeah.
Until that next.
I'm going to keep it going on my channel after this.
That's right. So
yeah,
if you want to keep it going, J-Mo got his channel rolling. He's getting it set up. He's ready for y'all to jump from here to go to his channel. And that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like it, comment, subscribe. Go subscribe to the Life Gains Financial channel. I've been putting out videos to help you guys make those ends in your finances. Till that next Sexy as Hell video. We'll see you.
Peace.